We back in the building. Our second guest, Yaya. What up?
Yo, what's Harlem on the rise? Yo, we love to get the money. It's a podcast, you can catch us being funny. Yeah, from 7 to 9, we ready to live. So stop everything, this is serious vibe. Catch us on the Wednesday, it's Liddy on the hump day. Listen in your car, got the beam on the Hyundai. Facebook Live, we live and direct. You can call and kick it with us if you show respect. Yo, a lot of topics, we always got a poppin'. You know we neighborhood, we always kick the knowledge. Yeah, that's the stilo we do it for the people. Flyer than the eagle, we ordinary people. We be kicking in cause you know we living in. Come and catch a vibe cause it's live, come and witness it. We down for each other no matter the weather. It's the beat 139 cause Harlem stick together, what's up?
What up, what up, what up? Let's go, Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the building. We welcome.
Welcome to the Beat 139. I'm Doc.
Yaya, how you feeling, Don Vito? How's everything?
I'm feeling great, blessed.
Blessed.
We're still here. We're together.
Yes. Where you from, Yaya?
Born and raised in Harlem, Spanish Harlem.
Okay, El Barrio.
El barrio, ya tú sabes.
Spanish Harlem got a lot of history.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things happened in Spanish Harlem back in the days.
Yeah, the 80s was crazy.
Crazy. We're gonna talk about that too.
Okay.
So El Barrio was like 116. I mean, I'm considering 116 all the way down to like 110th, right? No?
I would say 110th to like 125th, Second Avenue. That would be like considered El Barrio.
So we're not dealing with Lexington and all Third.
We're dealing with
No,
Lexington.
But you like me. I didn't count. I count like 118. I ain't count like Wagner and stuff. I ain't count that.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
I count like how you did.
Yeah.
I ain't never.
The reason why I say that because I'm from Harlem, but whenever I went to Spanish Harlem, remember 116 had all the stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You go to 116 had all the stores. So, huh?
A little market.
The market, all that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Even the Puerto Rican Day Parade, all that.
Yeah.
All that was in that area. So
116.
that's why I was as a kid, I caught it from. Even though you right that it is, it goes up a little more, but it's like no 116.
116 is
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you go to the Bronx, Fordham Road.
Yeah, the sneakers.
Yeah.
The sneaker store.
Harlem,
Everybody used to go
on
to.
the west side, 125th Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I got
You
that.
know what they're known for? In the flight jackets. Everybody used to go to the flight
Everything
jackets
over there.
and the
We
sneakers.
was wearing Lee jeans and all that back in the days over
And the
there.
8-ball.
8-ball.
Take that.
Then she said, okay, we got some stories. She know about the 8-ball jacket and all that. So growing up on Spanish Harlem, how was life coming up as a youngster? Because there's a lot of drugs everywhere, but on Lexington and all that, I know you've seen a lot.
Yeah, I sure did. That's actually what I was going to say. A lot of drugs. A lot of aunts, uncles, parents, turn to the crack. Everybody's just making money. A lot of fast money. Being raised in that environment, that's all I knew. Growing up, the mansion that you guys were talking about earlier, I didn't see that. I saw that on TV and in movies, and it was always just a dream. For me as a young girl. I never thought that I can actually strive and be there. So it's been a challenge. I had to learn on my own. How to be a lady, how to be a woman, how to educate myself, and yeah. It's hard being brought up in the hood in Harlem.
So how was life growing up at school? Did you graduate? How was things coming with the family?
I was not okay because my household, and I'm gonna get kind of sort of a little personal, was pretty much broken down. My dad was on crack. You know what I mean? He fell into that. I wasn't focused. School wasn't important because that's not what I was shown. You know what I mean? I did get my GED back in 2008. When I became a mom, I'm like, okay, I have to, do what I gotta do and be an example. I'm gonna be the parent that I can have.
Right.
So yeah.
Did you ever get caught up like Did you ever sell drugs? You caught up anything like that?
I've sold drugs, yes.
Yeah.
I can get my money when I need to. I wasn't proud of that, you know, especially becoming a single mom. And then I have 2 boys. You know, boys are tough. You know what I mean? I try to teach them to be a gentleman as much as possible. And you don't have to follow that road. You know what I'm saying? So, not only did I just raise them and I was their mom, I dug into their mental a lot. I always spoke to my kids. I support my kids. You know what I mean? And that's actually why I'm here right now, because of my oldest son. Now, both my kids, they're total opposite. You know what I mean? My little one is into his schooling, you know, which is so amazing. I wasn't into schooling, obviously. My oldest wasn't into his schooling. But I did push him to get his high school diploma. I'm like, just get your high school diploma. You don't have to do college, you know what I mean? But there's things that you can do. You can get certifications, you can get real estate, you can do a trade. There's money in that. From there, doing your trades, you could become your own business owner. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So your kids, they're close in age?
19 and 21.
So you was a young mom.
I was 19 when I had my first, yes.
Wow. So how was it raising 2 boys as a 19-year-old? You said single mom. So that gotta be tough. They back to back.
Okay. When I got pregnant, moms picked me out, you know? It was a gift and a curse, you know what I mean? Because it was like, okay, you want to be a woman, so you gotta go and do woman things if you want to have that baby, you understand? And I took it for what it was, you know, and I was, you know, bouncing place to place. You know, I was in a shelter, I came across someone, won't mention his name. I have my second son by him. But at the time, he was such a blessing because this man took me in, he took care of me. I did not need for nothing.
He took care of your oldest son.
He took care of my oldest son. I was a stay-at-home mom, you know what I mean? And, you know, we didn't work out. We went our separate ways. You know, we're cool now, but, you know, I became a single mom by choice.
See, I want you to get a little deep in that because sometimes people say single mom. Me being a man, sometimes I like sometimes people go in depth with it because they say single mom, automatically you think they're doing everything on their own. And some people's definition of single mom meaning the kids live with them. You could probably have a lot of support from the father, but the kid live with you. So some people's definition of single mom is the kid live with them, but it gives the impression that you get no help from the father.
That's a great question, and I will definitely clarify that. As far as a single mom, the only thing I got was child support, and that was through the courts because he didn't want to give me that at the time. You know, he was bitter when I left. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being honest. As time went by and the years went by, you know, things got better as far as, you know, communication. He never really stood with his kids. I raised my boys. I taught my boys everything. Everything. Whatever, the way my kids are is because of me.
Okay, I just had to, because some people say that and then it'd be something different.
Yeah, that's a lot of...
No, good question.
Yeah, that is a very good question.
So you say when he took you in, they separated. So what did you do after that? How did life go after that? What did you do?
It was rough. It was so rough. Woo. I threw him out, of course. You know, we had a very bad breakup. It was very staticky. At the time, I didn't even have a job. I was living in a beautiful house, you know, a 3-family house. My rent was like skyrocket. I winded up moving out of there. You know what I mean? I started working at a check cashing. You know, and I made my ends eat. You know, me. God is so good.
Yes.
God is so
Yes, he
good.
is.
Yes.
You know, you just you have to be patient. You just have to go with the flow sometimes and try not to stress. Even though you know, it's human nature. Like you'll get stressed out. It's scary. You know, but I made it. My kids are good. They very well mannered. You know, we're not perfect. You know. We all get caught in this hood life, you know what I mean?
Right.
But overall, everyone that knows my kids, they know that they're good and it's because of me.
Did you have siblings?
I have all brothers.
Oh wow.
I'm the only girl.
Wow, so they babied you.
Nah, they baby me.
Yeah.
No.
Y'all close?
Yeah. Yeah. I actually help raise my little brothers as well, and they actually see me as a mother figure.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes when they introduce me, they like, that's my sister, more like my mom.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I really took care of all 4 of them.
So you got some backbone.
Also, you the
Oh,
oldest.
I'm the middle. I'm the middle. I have an older brother.
Yeah, so you got some backbone.
Oh, I got some backbone.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm talking about. You know? So, have you ever got incarcerated when you was hustling?
Never got incarcerated. Never got incarcerated. Never had handcuffs.
Right.
Never. Never. And Lord, I'm getting goosebumps. You know, I've did some things in my life. You know
Well,
what
God,
I'm
you
saying?
said God is good.
God is good, yes.
Yeah.
And I have to say, respectfully,
Yes.
men are suckers for a pretty face.
Mm.
You know,
What you mean by that?
you know, I got away with a lot.
What you mean, like stealing and they?
I never stole. I never stole. But I hustled and I made my money.
No, cause you said they suckers like in what way?
You know, when you're trying to get away with something and they just don't see it.
Yeah.
You know, they just don't see it. And I'm like,
She right.
do you not know?
She definitely right
And
about
I'm
that.
like, I have a lot of drugs on me right now. And I'm just about to walk right in. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's not something that, I want to promote and that I'm proud of. At the time, I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah.
I know that's not for me.
Yeah.
You know, there's some people that do things and they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I care, and I'm like, I can lose so much.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I'd rather just go legit. I'd rather work. I can sleep at night,
Right.
you know, and like I said, if you're a parent, your kid's always watching.
It's the only thing, like moving forward, what we doing right now is just getting your story. Because see, a lot of people know Yaya, but they don't know your story. You know, people get to know your story, they get to, like, because you're actors. So they get to learn who you are as a person, the characters, they get closer to you.
Yeah, outside
You
the
know,
movie.
because they know your story. So you telling your story, don't be ashamed of it, because I got a story, Doc got a story,
We
Cass
all
got a
got a
story,
story,
my man,
yeah.
your son got a story.
This is
It's
actually the
just how you
first
came
time.
up. But look at me now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I did time, Doc did time, Cash, but we good. You know, it's our story, but we made it through. We straighten our lives out there. So as you go tell it,
It's
your
a beautiful
story.
disaster.
Yeah.
You learn from it. You
Yeah.
know, you learn. You
Better.
learn a lot. You know, I'm glad that it took me a very long time to understand and accept how I was raised, because I always felt like I had this dark cloud, and why is my life like this, and why do I have to go through this? But it made me who I am today. I'm strong, I'm smart, you know what I mean, and I'm able to pass on my knowledge through experience and not through what I assume.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes when I talk, I know what I'm talking. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, so
Because you learn from doing things wrong, not from doing things right.
yeah.
You know, like my mother had me when she was 19. When he asked you, it was a good question. You got 2 sons, they like 2 years apart, you had them when 19. For a parent, a woman, to take care of these boys, you gotta make some moves. My mother made moves, you know what I'm saying? She told me she had to do what she had to do to make sure I was good, you know? And so that's just your story. You should never be ashamed of it, because your priority was your kids.
Yeah.
And you made it through with them, and y'all great.
Yeah.
That's what's
So
up.
when you started hustling, you started off hustling for a dude, or you had to start on your own?
I started on my own. Yeah.
How was it? Because back in the days, it's different from now. See, now everybody, you can do the phone, and it's like a wild one. Back then, everybody was like crewed up. Like, you know, this state block or this state building. How was you just getting in and doing your thing on the block?
I had my personal customers. I wasn't out there on the block. Everything was private.
Okay.
And then you had your brother, so if somebody tried to, you know, if you
My
need no
brothers
backbone.
are nowhere like me. Nowhere near like me. They awesome.
Yeah.
They went there another route.
Not saying if you had any trouble or something like that.
Oh yeah.
That's what I mean. That
Oh,
part of trouble,
Lord.
not hustling.
Oh yeah.
They gonna hold you down.
Oh yeah.
You the only girl.
Yeah.
You know, you can, they're not gonna let nobody mess with
My big brother don't play about
you.
me.
Yeah. So you made it through all that.
Yeah.
You worked at the check cashing place. You did certain little things. So move a little forward. So how did you get into? Cause I heard you, you know, and I saw that, you know, you were a hell of an actress.
Thank
Great. So how did you say, you know, I want to start doing that?
I actually never really said that.
Yeah.
So what happened was, you know, digging into my kids' mentals.
Mm-hmm.
My little one is very into school. My oldest is like, Mom, I don't want to work for nobody. I don't want to work 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, what do you want to do? I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a star. And I'm like, why do you want to be a star? And he's like, I want to give a voice to people my age and people that are battling with mental illness. You know what I'm saying? And he just wants to be a voice for our people. You know what I mean? So I then came across Deborah.
Mm-hmm.
At the time she was doing Chain, and I seen, you know, on social media, I'm like, hey, you know, if you need a young kid, you know, to play a role, I have a son. He's, at the time, was about 17. And I sent her a photo on DM, whatever. And she actually, you know, she hit me back and she was like, yeah, bring him. He's so cute. I want him.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I became acquainted with Deborah and doing all her, you know, but she was already at the end of Chain, you know, finishing Chain.
Right.
So, you know, she was like, you can be an extra. And I'm like, no, I don't want to be an extra, but I wound up doing it.
Oh, you was an extra in Chain?
I was an extra in Chain, yeah. I got arrested with Black Rose,
Mm-hmm.
the one you love.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like right behind her, and it was pretty cool, you know what I mean? Then fast forward to Papa for the Game 1,
Mm-hmm.
once again,
Yes.
you know, I was plugging my son in, and she, you know, she has seen pictures of my apartment, and she's like, oh, I love how your apartment looks, can I shoot a scene there? And I'm like, absolutely, of course, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's in my house, and the woman that was supposed to play Silk couldn't show up. To my understanding, she's contracted with Tyler Perry, she had, you know what I mean? So, shout out to her, Moni Love.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, Yaya, I need you right now. I'm in my pajamas. I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta go get my girdle on. I gotta put some makeup on. I'm like, what do you mean? Well, everybody had a whole year to rehearse their script. I had 5 minutes.
Wow.
And it was so nerve-wracking. Super nerve-wracking. But what made it easy for me is because it's a her film.
Right.
Been there and done that. And I was able to actually relate
Mm-hmm.
to what I had to play.
Right.
You know, because I've been through a lot of the stuff, you know, going to the prison, and so I'm like, wow, I can do this very well.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it made it easier.
Shout out to Deborah, by the way.
Yes, Deborah.
You know, Deborah gave a lot of people jobs, man. You know, for real, man. You know, she's a good person. I think I spoke to her yesterday, and I think when she see I posted you on it, she put something on it, you know, like, you know,
She was
showing
nice.
support. Yeah, you know, so she's cool. I like Deborah.
So you
She's
was
down to earth.
in Pocket Full of Game 1,
Yeah.
and
Chain.
your son was in Pocket Full of
Chain.
Game also?
Yes, he was in Pocket Full of Game 1 as well. Yeah, he has a small part there with her son, actually. And her son and my son collaborated and did a song.
Mm.
A lot of the songs that is in Pocket Full of Game 1, my son is singing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, your son a singer?
He's a singer, he's a rapper, he's very versatile,
Oh,
very
wow.
talented. And this is why I go so hard, and this is why I network.
Talk about my man right here.
I'm talking about your man right there.
Bring him over for a second, you know?
Come over here, Anne.
Come over here, man. Let's see your face, man. Come next to the mom, kid. You know? Yeah. You're leaning up on her shoulder a little bit, you know?
My baby.
Let's
Yeah,
do
man.
some-
Tell your name and all that, man.
Yeah, I go by NA, the rebel. But yeah, it's just like my mom said, that she put me on to Deborah to put me in the movie and everything. I had small parts, but you know, like at the end of the day, it was just my mom's trying to support me, and you see like everything else that came out of it. You know what I'm saying? And now she plays Silk. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how it came. We a partnership. We go through, you know what we go through, but you know we a team. So we handle everything like that. And we do everything together. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
We try to.
Hold moms down.
So, what you got more of a passion for, singing or rapping?
I mean, I started singing first. I started singing at like 11 years old. I went to chorus class because I actually showed my mom, like, one time I sang for her, and she didn't really like it. You know what I'm saying? So she kept correcting me, and she told me, like,
I was like, don't do
she was like,
it.
listen, Poppy, you should find something else to do. So I was a little down about it. So So after that though, she seemed like I got down about it, and she was like, you know what, you could learn. You know what I'm saying? So I went to course class on my own. Kind of was like, I forget her. You know what I'm saying? I came back on my own, and then did course class. I got better, and as a lady, I just started rapping more, and I found out I was actually really good at it. Started working on my craft. You know what I'm saying? So,
So you wanna hit a note for your mom real quick for the audience? This record, then you can plug your music for you to
Something small. You ain't got to go long.
Yo, I don't know your name, but excuse me, miss. I saw you from across the room, and I gotta admit that you got my attention. You're making me want to say, oh.
Yeah.
You can't say that.
But I mean, when he started,
And you got the look too.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Swagged up. It's swagged up. Yeah.
But when he started, it wasn't really good. And you'd rather hear it from me.
Yeah.
Because if you put yourself out there like that, it's going to be worse out there. You know, people are cruel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he got himself together and he proved me wrong.
That's right.
And I'm glad I did that.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the sign of a good mother, you know?
And your supporters.
Yes.
Your supporters have to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Whether it's your mom, if they really love you, they're going to tell you the truth.
Yeah, that's important. That's why sometimes it's good to hide. When I was doing the music and I had artists, I never said that was my artist. I say, these dudes gave me a CD. How do you like this? This way you get the truth.
Exactly.
Somebody tell you, oh no, Dr. Artist is good, but they might not really like him.
Right. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
the best critic is your mom all the time anyway, man. You know?
She knows you.
She know you, man. You know, even to the day my mom seen me, she cut my hair. Why you cut your hair like that? But you know, your moms ain't gonna stop.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna never stop.
His mom real close.
Yeah, they ain't gonna stop, you know?
His mom, it's crazy because he's just like her.
Yeah.
Just like.
We're a team, man. Both my kids, like it's us, and we're a great team.
That's all I had though, man. You know, like I see when she said I could feel the energy, cause that's all I had. I learned everything through her. You know, or I learned from the streets. You know, so my mother was on me. Like she was on him, my mother was on me, man. You know, I had to be straightened up when I came in, cause homegirl, she be on. Ah man, I know I'm gonna come the door, man. Oh, man. You know, but you know, it kept me in line though. But back to you. So after you did the 2 films, how did you feel? Because you said you had 5 minutes to prepare.
Yeah.
And you aced it.
I aced it. You know, Deborah's the director, so as long as she's happy with it, I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? When I did Pocket Full of Game 2, I was more comfortable because I actually had my script for a while, was able to, you know, read my script, and that's very important, knowing your lines and at least understanding what you're about to do. So I was way more comfortable in Pocket Full of Game 2. I can't wait to watch it. She showed me little clips. Woo, I love
When
it.
it's supposed to come out?
It was supposed to be for this month, but you know, COVID, editing, everything takes time. But it will definitely be out this year.
They're gonna premiere it, right?
I'm hoping. Yeah, I'm hoping.
So where they can find Pocket Full of Game 1 for people who want to see it?
On Tubi and Amazon Prime.
Right.
And with Pocket Full of Game 1, that actually opened doors for me to do Forster Sin. I started working with Ray Lou. He's awesome. You should tune in to Forster Sin. I'm on season 2, episode 7, and I'm gonna go on to season 3.
A web series?
It's a web series, yeah, and it's a great web series. It's really dope because a lot of us, we're in the foster care system, you know. So you know, that's another great show. Like I was like, once I tuned in, I watched the whole thing. I could not get my eyes off of it. And I was like, man, in my head, I was like, man, I would love to be in this show. And he called me to be in the show.
How he called you? He just popped up in there?
Deborah. If I'm not mistaken, I'm sorry, it wasn't Deborah. Me and him just was, we follow each other, and he said, hey, I need a girl to do this, because I was talking about I don't want to give it all away, but I was talking about one of his actors, and I was like, I don't like him, Flossy B. I hate him. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, maybe I can have you come in, and I said, I'll do it. From there, I started working with Alex Hugo. I did that in a year. That's a comedy. I'm also a villain. I'm a villain in every movie. I'm like a villain in every movie. I want to do something more challenging. I want to be a victim. So, this is a blessing. It fell into my lap. I'm a strong believer of the Lord once again.
Yes.
You have to follow, especially with something positive. You
Yes.
know what I mean? I'm gonna go, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna run with it, I'm gonna learn, and you know, let's see what the future holds.
That's what's up.
Praying for the best.
That's what's up. So, my thing is that being that you never had no acting experience, how were you able to learn the lines and feel comfortable with it?
Oh man, that was difficult because I have such a bad memory. So for me to remember my lines, I had to relate, which I was able to relate. And I wrote it down. I would read the script and write it down. Like being an actress is work. Like
Yeah.
this is
There's memory, a lot of it's
yeah,
memory.
memory.
Especially if you
Well, I
got
can't
big
do it.
part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
such
she
a
got-
huge part there, and you know it's time consuming. We was there for hours.
Mhm.
You know it's hard work. You know,
It is.
and you have to put your best foot forward and do your best, even though whether it's a small film, huge film, you never know where that can bring you.
Yeah, you can't dog it. That's why I tell people, and we always tell people that when some people, when they come on the show, you got to give the best interview.
Yeah.
Don't try to be like half-ass this, but if you go on Breakfast Club, you give it all up. You have to do it, period, because like you said, that makes
You never know who's watching.
You never know who's watching.
Absolutely.
You know,
You half-ass.
we got millions of viewers, so you never know who's watching. And not only that, though, we live. This is a live show. We're not editing anything. Whatever you do right now is going on there. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be on point.
Yeah.
We're not sending it to the editing team and then fix it.
Right,
You
right.
know, it's like bro.
It's organic, yeah, there you
Yeah,
go. Let's do it.
It's all good. So what you got going on right now that people don't know about that we can cover?
The other two films with, you know, the Daddy of the Year that's being edited right now. Hopefully Rise to Grace by Angel Huerta, shout out to him. Yeah, so I got some things cooking.
That's a lot.
And she's
Yeah.
doing good.
That's like
We got an actress right here, too. Like, yo, I'm doing this, I'm
That's
doing
about,
that.
that's about 6 movies in there, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna pursue this. I'm gonna take it more serious. I'm gonna go
I
and
think
get my
you should.
headshots.
This is, yeah, I'm feeling it.
She
I'm
was
gonna get
she a
my
beast in the
side.
first one. You'll never know that she didn't know how to
And
act.
also,
No way.
one little 5-minute role when Deborah's like, you gotta get in, and you've been in ever since.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And well, actually, it all started because of my son. I was pushing him to be an actor and
Right.
to sing and to rap, and look who could get thrown in the mix of every
But
pot.
you didn't know Deborah before then?
No, I didn't.
And y'all both lived in the same neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow.
You knew any of the girls on the show?
No.
And y'all, oh, damn, that's small. Wow.
It was nerve-wracking for me because I'm like, oh my God, I gotta, show faces this person I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
it's different.
I don't know what her energy's gonna be
Yeah,
like, and she was dope. She made me feel very good.
Yeah, she's professional.
Yeah.
She's professional, man. And she got a hell of a story,
Very
too.
intelligent. Very intelligent.
And
Yeah,
she
her
got a
is
story.
crazy.
She didn't come from the houses that we talked about.
Yeah.
She did her things too.
Yeah.
And look what she took, how she got things, and she created an opportunity
Yeah.
for people.
For other people.
Yeah,
And that's why she
she's
will
dope.
continue to be blessed. Because she gives that platform and opens doors for other people.
And she's the same all the time.
Yeah, she's
She don't
sure
change,
is.
right? She's the same, man.
Yeah, that's
She's
right.
definitely the same. So if people want to check out your work, where could they see it?
Tubi and Amazon Prime. Yeah, but I'm all over Tubi. I'm like really all over Tubi.
Right. And how about your son? What's his Instagram links?
His Instagram is NA Waywalk. Waywalk stands for We Are Young, We of Color.
Right.
And then NA is his initials from his first and middle name.
Right.
So that's his Instagram, NA Waywalk.
Mm-hmm.
His YouTube is NA The Rebel.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So can you tell them what podcast show you on right now?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Can you tell them what podcast show you on right now?
I'm on B139.
Y'all know what it is.
There you go.
There you go. So we got a post interview.